This is Cody Hex with your 18th century update. Corsets were in style for women across England. Apparently the British men who designed them are sick of feminists too. Men have been seen wearing nightgowns before going to bed. Now women are only wearing 2 layers of clothes. Jackets were in style in England. Men wore them all the time. Really, England? You call this stylish? Really? Now let's talk about new inventions. Here's Drunk Uncle.
What's up, man?
How are you, Drunk Uncle?
You know, I've definitely been better. This whole new dictionary thing, it's killing me. I used to say whatever I wanted, and now Samuel L. Jackson,
Samuel Johnson.
yeah, whatever, is making me speak the same as everybody else. Whatever happened to being your own person, you know?
Alright, but it'll be good for the rest of the world.
But by that point, I'll be dead. And another thing, why did they have to make things so easy for people? Like the flying shuttle and the spinning jenny. All anyone was worried about was getting as much room as possible for even more immigrants. Back in my day, we had to work for our money. Now people just show up, look pretty, and leave.
Drunk Uncle, is that beer?
Come on, man, it's just carbonated water. It was new in the 1700s, and I'm giving it a try now.
What is that? Is that a sandwich?
Absolutely. These things are the greatest inventions of the 1700s. Not just in England, it's the best around the world. I'm sure that sandwiches helped the English expand because now they gave other people food, you know? And another thing, it's easy enough that I don't even have to make it. I can just have my wife do it because I'm usually asleep on the couch anyway.
I don't doubt it.
I had to get a vaccine the other day. Yep, smallpox. You can thank the English for that vaccine. Some guy named Edward Jenner decided it would be a good idea to stick people with needles.
It did allow people to travel to other countries without worrying about getting smallpox. And it definitely saved a lot of lives over the years.
Really? Because it ruined mine. You know what a real lifesaver is? A fire extinguisher. Especially when your wife can't cook. There are fires every night in my house, and now I don't have to blow it out anymore. I can just use this thing. The English guy that invented this is a genius.
I guess you don't like the steam engine then?
Are you kidding? That thing is the greatest. It takes me on all of my tropical cruises and stuff, you know? I like steam engines.
The steam engines did help the British transport things to other countries. But I meant the ones that used to pump water out of caves for miners to make their jobs easier.
Well, Cody, it just so happens I was a miner 20 years ago before I became unemployed. And that thing was always there for me, you know? It was like a best friend without the hassle. I love the English for these reasons. The invention of both steam engines and the invention of the British Beer Company.
Thank you, Drunk Uncle. The adaptation of the modern novel took place in 18th century England. Apparently the British found more ways to put people to sleep. James Thornhill and William Hogarth were considered to be the 2 most popular artists at the time. Now some of the most popular artists include Blink-182 and Walk Off the Earth. They create real art. Most of the art in 18th century England followed a Baroque pattern. Nowadays, our art comes in the form of pictures taken by people who buy the most expensive cameras. Portraits were the easiest ways to make good money. Taking the place of mirrors, portraits make the ugly people look better than they actually do. And now to talk more about the plays and literature of 18th century England, here's Stefan.
Hey, Cody.
So Stefan, I want to bring my kids to a fun play. Where do you recommend I go?
Well, Cody, I have just the plays for you. Full of fun and excitement, restoration comedies are the way to go. People of all ages were allowed to go, just make sure that everyone is accustomed to hearing mild language. These plays were funny and provided a release from the stress of everyday life.
Stefan, weren't those plays banned due to excessive language? Why would I want my kids to see that?
I did say to make sure people are used to mild language.
Alright, moving on. I want to bring my wife to a play. What do I go see if I want to make her feel good?
Oh, the perfect play to see is The Beggar's Opera, a story of how poor people are very sad and gloomy about their lives. The Beggar's Opera provides many mood swings, usually from bad to worse, and it is a roller coaster of drama.
Stefan, I said I wanted to feel good.
I heard you.
Okay. Now I'm going to go out alone. Where would be a good place to hang out?
Yes. Have I got the place for you? It's called Dixie, a 1700s retro club that includes carbonated water, sandwiches hanging from the ceiling, and a human roller coaster.
It's a human roller coaster.
It's a midget attached to a steam engine.
Alright. You know what? I think I'm just going to stay in. What should I do in my house?
Well, if you are as boring as Cody, you should probably find friends first. But then read a book. Some of the more popular books included Robinson Crusoe, by Daniel Defoe in the English translation of Arabian Nights. Unfortunately, if you are seen reading these books today, Cody, people will probably pity you.
Thank you, Stefan and Drunk Uncle. For the 1700s update, I'm Cody Hecht. Good night.